Welcome to the best gambling show on the internet. This is the home of the money pick. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Week 13 upsets to bet. Let's get this money. Let's get back to hitting these upsets. First game, we're going to Lambeau. We got the Miami Dolphins at the Green Bay Packers. Fins are plus 3.5. Listen, you can laugh at me if this is wrong. I know a lot of you guys will be watching Friday and Saturday. The other two games are on Sunday. But let's get to it, man. I know what you're going to say before you say it. You're going to say Lawson, but it's cold weather. Dolphins suck in cold weather. And then we're going to get the trend back. Dolphins are 0-8 in cold weather situations with Tua. I get it. I completely understand. Do I like the Dolphins in cold weather? No. But do I like getting against trend bets? I love it. That's what we did last time. We bet them on Monday night. But let's get to it. I think people are overrating the Packers. I actually made a list here. Firstly, a lot of you were surprised with this pick. Were you surprised when we made a huge bet and got the Dolphins -7 against the Patriots? I told you this Dolphins team is getting better. McDaniel has found a formula, and I believe in this team, and I think this team is starting to believe in themselves. So let me get to my list. First thing on the list, no Jair Alexander. I think he's one of the most underrated defensive players in this league. Do people like his personality? Not really, but I like his play on the field, and I think that's a big loss for a Packers defense that is vastly overrated. Firstly, we have one of the weakest pass defenses over the middle. You saw the short I did today. We're targeting Jonnu Smith player props. I'd even go up to plus 65.5 for him. I'm looking at Jonnu Smith over the middle. I'm looking at the Dolphins attack over the middle, and I feel like that's the Packers' weakness. I feel like you can exploit that. Even though they have good safeties, it doesn't seem to translate over the middle. Dolphins will rip them up. Packers are bottom third in that area. Pass rush. I mean, I think the best way to combat a Dolphins team, maybe the biggest weakness of this Dolphins team, is the Dolphins offensive line. I don't see too many dogs outside of Rashawn Gary. I think the Dolphins can deal with this pass rush of the Packers that really has only had one good game. It was against the Texans, and it was all zone blitz. Also, the Packers are a run-heavy team, and everyone wants to talk about Jordan Love. I think Jordan Love has been rather poor this year. In this Jordan Love matchup versus Tua, I think Tua's playing better ball right now, and I certainly think Tua has better options to throw the ball. Look at Christian Watson. Look at Jalen Reed. Have they played well this year? Outside of Tucker Kraft, do you trust any of these Green Bay targets? And I know we trust Josh Jacobs. And the Packers are at their best when they're run first, keep the ball on the ground, play action with Love, and let him push it deep. But I got to tell you guys something, man. This Dolphins run defense the last 5-6 weeks has been absolutely phenomenal. You can go look at the stats. You can go look at the film. Anthony Weaver's doing a phenomenal job. And I know everyone's going to say Lawson, but it's LaFleur versus Mike McDaniel. This is normally when the Dolphins fade. I get it. There were circumstances involved with them fading. I think this is the game where the Dolphins shocked the world. I would not smug my nose at anyone who made this plus 3.5, who made it a Dolphins -2.5 alt line. I got the Dolphins to win in the cover. I absolutely love this on Thanksgiving night. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way. Next game, we got the Indianapolis Colts at the New England Patriots. Patriots plus 2.5. Wow, I just spent 4 minutes talking about the Dolphins Packers. People might not even watch this video looking for that game. Okay. Here's what I'm doing here with the Pats. And I don't want to be oversimplistic and make it NBA. That's one reason why I don't like you guys doing the trend bets. Like, this sport is complex. Like, I don't want to make it Curry versus LeBron, that type of junk. But, man, I look at Anthony Richardson versus Drake May, and I'm going Drake May. And the weakness of this Pats team is twofold. I think their defense sucks, but also their offensive line is absolutely terrible. And they give up tons of quick pressures. But I do think the Colts have a pass rush that is challenged. It's not an elite pass rush. It's not even top 15. And I think Drake will be able to buy lots of time. And even though they got absolutely smoked and boat raced by the Miami Dolphins, did Drake May even play bad? I felt like Drake May was phenomenal at times. That's how good this guy is. And he's not getting a lot of help, but he is getting continuity with his targets. And he has pulled 2 massive upsets on this video for us this year. And with the weakness of the Pats defense, no one wants to talk about this secondary underperforming because people like Christian Gonzalez, Kyle Duggar, they have big names and they paid big money, but they've been rather bad. But if there's one team that can't exploit that, if there's one quarterback that can't exploit it, it's Anthony Richardson. Outside of Josh Downs, is there anyone explosive? Like, you got Pierce and Pittman who are good route runners, but other than that, is there anyone that can exploit with speed and that can really tear up this Pat secondary? I don't think so. I think the Colts will run the ball well, but I think the Patriots make more explosive plays this game. And let's not sleep on Foxborough as a home field advantage. Give me the Pats money line in this game. It's not the biggest upset, but let's get this money. Last game, and I'm just pondering this, guys. I'm just pondering this. We got the 49ers +7 at the Buffalo Bills. It's looking like Purdy will play. And I've been low on the 49ers the whole year. I've been low on them. Like, let's be honest. Like, this defense is trash. And some of the red zone execution has been trash. And the Bills have been an absolute gravy train for us this year. I'm sure one of our best moments when we look back on this year, when we're on a beach in March, is Josh Allen running 30 yards to guarantee our Chiefs spot. But let's put that in the rear view mirror and let's look at what's going to take place on Sunday. This is a 49ers team with their seasons on the line. I know the NFC West is tight. I know they could still win it even if they lose this game, but this is all they have right now. If they lose this game, if they look bad in this game, then the season is over. You might even want to move this to 49ers +3.5 if you don't trust them to win the game. But one thing I trust is Brock Purdy. I feel like he's had his best year. Have the results been great for the team? Absolutely not. Do we know if Joey Bosa is going to be back? We don't. That's going to hurt a defense that is already hurting. But aren't we due for a Bills letdown spot? They were the best bet like 3 weeks on the road before the bye week on Patreon, and they kept delivering and they kept delivering. But is this a little bit of a fall off spot? Is this the place where we see the 49ers run offense get going? I know one of the most shocking things I've seen this year, credit to the Seahawks, though I do feel like the Seahawks run defense got better. One of the most shocking things I saw this year was the 49ers lack of the ability to run the ball on the Seahawks. I do think that's going to change. I do think Shanahan took that personally. I do think he got in that little room. I do think he took that Packers loss personally. And I do think we see the 49ers come out spitting fire. Like, if you put that raccoon against the side of the wall, what's the animal going to do? You put that raccoon against the side of the wall, what are they going to do? They're going to come out scratching, fighting, life on the line. 49ers, listen, bring it down to +3.5. It's going to give you plus money. But if there's going to be a cataclysmic upset this weekend, it's the 49ers. And give Brock Purdy some credit. +7 for a 49ers Shanahan team. It is really, really high, even given the circumstances, even going to Ralph Lawson Stadium. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Happy Thanksgiving. Everyone have a great weekend, a great week. Or maybe I shouldn't jinx us because we've been so hot. Have a terrible week. I hope your car breaks down.